episode of the jam session. Yay!
I don't know what I want to talk about. Still wearing my hoodie because I'm waiting for my kerosene heater to heat up my apartment. Brr. Alright, I think I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how life as a Sannensei student in middle school in Japan is extra difficult. So Sannensei are basically the equivalent of 9th graders in America, so they are between 14 and 15 years old, and they are the oldest students in middle school right now. So they kind of have the king of the hill syndrome that oldest students in the school always get, but at the same time they are too stressed out to really capitalize upon it, it seems. So there are 3 things that I think make life as a Sannensei extra difficult: clubs, studying, and tests. So number 1, clubs. When I first came in August, the baseball team, the basketball teams, the volleyball team, they were already resigned. And when I got here in August was when the track and field team had to resign, and in early October is when the brass band students had to resign. So they're all resigned. I think art club is allowed to continue activities. Homemaking club, they are still in homemaking club, and tea ceremony club are still in tea ceremony club. But that's probably because the sports clubs demand a lot time, and the other clubs demand a lot of time, but not as rigidly as the sports and the brass band. They're a little more. Aside from clubs, there are also committees, and they are allowed to still participate in committees. Like there is announcement committee and library committee, greeting committee, and student council. I think those are the 4 that I know. So basically the school doesn't want them distracted from doing the number 1 thing that Sannensei are supposed to be doing, which is study. In their second year, in their Ninensei year, so their 8th grade, they receive a large amount of books that they have for all the different subjects to prepare for high school entrance exams. And they receive this in like this 3rd of 4 quarters. So they receive it around now. They receive these books to begin studying for their high school entrance exams. So when they are already Sannensei, they already have these books and have already supposed to have been studying. And in addition to this, right now they also have these extra classes that are after school that instead of just having 6 periods in a day, the Sannensei have an extra period taught by a different teacher after school until about 4:40. So the rest of the school gets to like leave or go to their club activities, which the Sannensei don't belong to. But the Sannensei have a 7th period class that none of the other years have. And I think that sucks. They don't have them every day though. It seems like maybe 3 out of 5 days they have this. I'm not quite sure the schedule because I don't have to assist the English teachers. So yeah, basically Sannensei are expected to not have any fun and to be studying all of the time. Tests is another category because not only are they expected to take this high school entrance exam for the high schools they want to get into, but they also are tested very frequently by the teachers in the school. So almost maybe once a month or twice a month, we have whole days just dedicated to testing. And sometimes it'll be all 3 years, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, but sometimes it'll just be the 9th grade having tests all day in all subjects, and the other 2 years will just have regular classes. So it depends. It seems like once a month it's just Sannensei at my school, and twice a month there is just at least 1 day where it's just all testing. Like this upcoming Tuesday, it's just all tests. In addition to testing at the school themselves, they also take these extracurricular tests that are sort of like in America how we have SAT subject tests. They are very similar to these, as in there's one called the ACAN, which is the English test. and there are different levels of Eiken, and most of my students in their Sannensei year, they are studying for level 2, and that is pretty good considering they are 14, 15, only been studying English formally for 3 years. And of course, it's not just English who has this special test, this Eiken. There is also one for history, one for math, one for science, and one for Japanese, and one for kanji. So there's one for Japanese language with grammar, and there's one for just kanji that they can take. And these are the ones that I know of that some of my students have been taking because I see the notices going around and who passed and who didn't pass. So yeah, they basically go into this year of school knowing it's going to be a very tough year because getting into the high school they want might affect getting into the college that they want to go to. So they take these entrance exams pretty seriously, or at least the students that are very academically inclined take them very seriously. So I don't know if the Sannensei year sucks for all of Japan, or if it might just be my school, because this is based on my own experiences and my own observances for my students. And they always look so stressed and so exhausted that it's really hard to make English class fun for my Sannensei, because they always kind of look like they are zombie. I hope my video was at least a little bit interesting for you. I had a hard time thinking about what I wanted to talk about this week, so I hope it was an interesting subject. And yeah, remember, another day, another adventure. See you next time.